Because like there are days where I feel like if I make all the right choices, things are going to be all right. If I plan ahead, if I'm on top of my devotional life, if I do everything right, it should work out. But what's wild about life, and I'm quickly learning, is that you could do everything right, everything under the sun, and something will probably go wrong. It's a part of like accepting that that's the reality that to which we live in. And I think that's where trusting God and a relationship with God becomes really important, because it's kind of His reminder to you that, hey, you're not really in control here. Like you can do everything right, but it's like you don't see the full picture at the end of the day.
For sure. I had this I think I talked to you about this before. I had this like kind of like weird like deep thoughts like one night. It's like almost like shower thoughts, but it's like I was just sitting down just thinking about this like that. Like, what if you really had no blasphemy here whatsoever. But what if you were really God in a sense? Like,
Stone him.
Like if you had like literal control over like what happens this time and how it impacts every single thing in the planet.
Yeah.
Not even just like a human to human basis, like human to like object basics. Like if I touch this wall, what happens? Sheesh. If I do this, what happens? Like not just that on a molecular level. And like me in that experience, I was like trying to grasp, okay, what happens if you are God? Like, what is that responsibility like? And I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of, I don't need to know.
I'm good. You got that, Lord? You got that?
Yeah. And it's like, I'm going through this train of thought, like, okay, that's happening for like a second. How I impact this one thing for the second. But I don't know who else that can impact. I don't know what else can that, like, how that might trickle down towards like different things in life. And I think a big part of like adulthood and especially manhood is addressing that fear, conquering that fear, but also not being held by it. Yeah. Because I know, like, as a dude, we try to make sure everything is foolproof. Yeah. Like, even with like setup or whatsoever, like in the house, you try to make sure everything is foolproof. But even if you fail at that, you feel like a failure. And that's a big part of like overcoming that as a man. Do you ever like get that feeling? Yeah,
the feeling where I think sometimes we ascribe manhood to having everything under control. Like, I think there's definitely a part of manhood that is a core part of manhood is leadership and being someone who can make those decisions. But I don't think a part of manhood is being able to have like access to all knowledge and making sure that everything works out, because I think you're gonna make mistakes as a man, but I think a part of manhood is owning those mistakes and like learning from it, and not, like you said, not being like frozen by fear because you're just like, oh, I'm indecisive, this could work out one way or another, so I'm just going to choose to not put my hands into this, or like I feel like God's calling me to this, but I no one else in my family has done this. I don't have any role models, so I'm just going to like step back because I'm too fearful. Yeah. It's moving forward. A huge part of like, especially biblical figures of people who are I would see as being very manly people in the Bible, are people who are afraid, but they trust God and move forward, and they are courageous in that, because it's not like they remove the fear, but it's like moving forward within like a big picture of manhood for me is moving forward within the unknown.